just want to go over some of our meeting protocols and expectations. If you need to have a conversation with somebody in the audience, please step outside, because we do record these meetings, and if you're talking, it disrupts the recording and it kind of makes it more staticky. Very difficult for Cindy to hear. So with that, if you have cell phones, would you please put them on vibrate or silence or turn them off. I kind of tried to put a walkway through, so those of you in the back row that want to come and speak, come up to the podium. And so Victor, if you'll scoot that chair to your right, that's right in front of you. And no, Victor, yeah, just move that chair. That way people from the back row can get up and get out there easily. One of the things I want you to think about when you're going to make your public comments, it's a time to give us comments for consideration. Comments are not a time for questions and answers, so it's a comment time. Give us your comments, we'll take it into consideration, and then you all have the option, if you have questions, to come in, make an appointment with the district manager and talk to him about things, and then he can tell us if we want them on the agenda, and we discuss that. One of the things I'm going to ask you all to do is be respectful and considerate of everybody in this meeting, and we're going to focus strictly on the items on the agenda. So if I'm going to be the one kind of, I'll say, mediating, and if I'm not following your logic, I might say, hey, please help me understand, because if I'm not understanding, there might be others not understanding how your comments, keep in mind comments, relate to the item. So please be courteous of those around you. So with that, we did have some, I'll say, glitches in putting our packet together. Pete's going to, before we get to public comment, because if you read the packet, you might have questions, so Pete's going to go through that right now with us and kind of clarify the information in here and say, we're in the process of getting it reprinted as we speak, and then we'll get right onto public comment and get right to the agenda. So thank you.
Unfortunately, any of you that have ever worked with software programs have seen issues where sometimes it doesn't produce just exactly what you're looking for in the end result. But anyway, I'll let you know that the packet that is being reprinted does not have numbers at the bottom. Just know that it takes a little bit extra time to insert that. So the packet you have does have numbers. The only changes from what's coming out and what's here, and I would have just given you individual one document at a time, is that we just didn't have time to sit down and figure out exactly which page was extra. It's not that you were missing information in here, it's you were given extra information and it was inserted in places that it is confusing, and some of the documents didn't look right because they weren't on the final header format. So that's really the only changes between the final materials that we're going to be looking at and what's here. So this packet is still, things like the Calaveras County Water District requirements were not supposed to be in the packet. It made it confusing. What the heck does that relate to? That was extra documentation. And so when we get to that, I'll explain that as well.
Okay, thank you. So with that, let's go ahead and go to the first item on the agenda, which is public comment. So is there anybody that would like to make a comment about something that is not on the agenda? Go ahead, Mr. West.
I'm going to try for that 3 minutes. You can't imagine the hell I went through trying to get my thoughts down to 3 minutes. First of all, before you start, hold your clock for a minute. I'd like to correct you if I'm not mistaken. You said that you would try to have people's comments at a board meeting if they did not get satisfaction. I believe it is a policy of this district that if a member of the community turns in a request 2 weeks ahead of time, that they will get on the agenda. So, okay, now you can click me. First, in the last 8 years, we have had 8 different combinations of general managers. Okay? That's an average of 1 a year. And of course, what I'm talking about is what I see in this place as being a disaster. Number 2, accounting and financial controls. It's a requirement. We got to have them. We used to have a pro MBA, a local person. So don't tell me we can't get them. The an accounting grad today. I called the state school and also Robert Half. $40,000 to $45,000 to have a controller in here. An accounting clerk, $16 to $21 an hour. Okay? We can sure do better and get better than what we're getting right now. We must have a T2, D2, 24/7 to operate this place. We have neglected that for quite a few months. That is really, that's serious. That's wrong. KAMPA LLC has 2 full-time jobs plus 1 planned development, the last I heard. And I estimated it would take me 15 hours to make a circle to all of them. He can't do the job we need. CSD's paying him over the last 19 months an average of $11,358 a month, not $6,250. It's okay. This is not a bad rate for a GM. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about we are not getting $11,358 out of Mr. Kampa.
I'm going to stop you.
Yes.
Because you can make your comments, but I'd like you to be respectful because Mr. Kampa is not on the agenda here. So make your comments, but be respectful of everybody in the room.
Okay. I didn't realize I wasn't. I apologize for whatever I was not respectful of.
Okay, thank you.
All I was just making facts. We're again going to look at strategic plan, 5-year contract, assumptions for a plan. In other words, what we're doing is we are just doing everything that we humanly can possibly do to get KAMPA located in a GM job for a long period of time. My opinion. USDA is a shell game. You want to cut me off?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
USDA, by the way, anybody wants to talk to me about it, we're increasing the rates to USDA, and we're telling the other grantor people that we're not.
Wes, please address the board, not the audience.
I
Thank
got you.
Okay,
You
thank you.
won't let me. You told me to quit.
I gave you your 3 minutes. Thank you. Anybody else for public comment? Ms. Ruth?
I just would like.
I think she likes string cheese. Oh, she got it.